Those who have the why to live can bear with almost any how. Don't aim at success. The more you aim at it and make it a target, the more you are going to miss it. For success, like happiness, cannot be pursued. It must ensue, and it only does so as the unintended side effect of one's personal dedication to a cause greater than oneself. An abnormal reaction to an abnormal situation is normal behavior. In some ways, suffering ceases to be suffering at the moment it finds a meaning, such as the meaning of a sacrifice. What is to give light must endure burning. No man should judge unless he asks himself in absolute honesty whether in a similar situation he might not have done the same. The truth that love is the ultimate and highest goal to which man can aspire. It did not really matter what we expected from life, but rather what life expected from us. Life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose. If there is meaning in life at all, then there must be meaning in suffering. Our greatest freedom is the freedom to choose our attitude. I recommend that the Statue of Liberty on the East Coast be supplemented by a Statue of Responsibility on the West Coast. For the world is in a bad state, but everything will become still worse unless each of us does his best. Everyone has his own specific vocation or mission in life. Everyone must carry out a concrete assignment that demands fulfillment. Therein he cannot be replaced, nor can his life be repeated. We cannot, after all, judge a biography by its length, by the number of pages in it. We must judge by the richness of the contents. Sometimes the unfinisheds are among the most beautiful symphonies. What man actually needs is not a tensionless state, but rather the striving and struggling for some goal worthy of him. What he needs is not the discharge of tension at any cost, but the call of a potential meaning waiting to be fulfilled by him. Man is originally characterized by his search for meaning, rather than his search for himself. The more he forgets himself, giving himself to a cause or another person, the more human he is. Ironically enough, in the same way that fear brings to pass what one is afraid of, likewise a forced intention makes impossible what one forcibly wishes. Pleasure is, and must remain, a side effect or byproduct. When a person can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure. To suffer unnecessarily is masochistic rather than heroic. Mental health is based on a certain degree of tension, the tension between what one has already achieved and what one still ought to accomplish. To the European, it is a characteristic of the American culture that again and again, one is commanded and ordered to be happy, but happiness cannot be pursued. It must ensue. The crowning experience of all for the homecoming man is the wonderful feeling that, after all he has suffered, there is nothing he need fear anymore, except his God. The meaning of life is to give life meaning. Life is not primarily a quest for pleasure, as Freud believed, or a quest for power, as Alfred Adler taught, but a quest for meaning. A life of short duration could be so rich in joy and love that it could contain more meaning than a life lasting 80 years. The point is not what we expect from life, but rather what life expects from us. Since Auschwitz, we know what man is capable of. And since Hiroshima, we know what is at stake. Which quote did you like the most? Share your opinion in the comments. And continue enriching your mind.